mean, I can't even think. Like, we have silly little arguments, but I mean.
Over this shit.
And by the way, like I said, me and Ashley now been dating for almost 6 months now, and so you haven't realized, like, you haven't realized, like, this is just now airing. So I mean, you just have to think the time it takes to, edit, cut everything out, and produce it. It's just like the whole thing is just jumble around. It's not even like worth watching, to tell you the truth anymore. I mean, yeah, I made decent money from it, but like the last person said, money's not even worth it anymore. All right, well, I think I said everything I have to say. I want to thank you guys that tuned into this broadcast or recorded, this broadcast. You can share on Twitter. You can say how retarded I am. Try to keep the negativity to the minimum, because I am human. It really does hurt, when I see these negative comments about me. Like the hard work. If you think I'm all about the gym and stuff like that, it is a lifestyle. But I have worked for this. I've been working, for my body for 16 years. I've been dieting, the hardcore dieting for the last 3 years. But I am educated. I've gone to college. I'm 6 credits away from my, science degree. I went to the Marine Corps. I worked for AT&T as a contractor. Climbing towers. Putting up satellites. I worked for Wyndham. Which is one of the largest, timeshares in the world. I worked for, like I said, I got in a cage when most people would be too even scared. Whether I got my butt kicked or not, most people would be scared to do that. I've done a lot of things in my 30 years that most people wouldn't even. I mean, and that's the thing. They showed another clip. They never showed me bowling. They showed me at the bowling alley, but they never showed me bowling, because that day I bowled like 7 strikes in a row. But I'm not just a good athlete. I'm not born that way. I work for it. And that's what I'm trying to say. Everything, even when it comes to the gym, I've worked to look this way. Because I have been pushed down. I have been made fun of. I have been. It's just like most of the people you and just remember, because I watch some of these shows too. I'm like, oh my gosh. Even 90 Day Fiance, I'm like, oh my gosh. And even my girlfriend reminds me that she's like, Nate, you have to see how they portray you, and you got to put yourself in their shoes. And it does make me take a step back, because that is true. You can't watch these reality TV. And you got to realize that they're trying to target a specific, gender or group or society to these shows, so they can make the most money or the most ratings off these shows. That's with marketing and advertisement. They always want to, even certain movies. Some people like horror movies. Some people like adventure. Some people like drama. It's, they try to draw a certain target group to watch their show. And, that's what they do with Teen Mom. They want to show it very dramatic, very eventful, but mostly it's just negative bullshit that they have to edit and, mess up the order of things just to get a dramatic effect. My life hasn't been that dramatic lately. My relationship with my mom is great. Relationship with my kids. All right, and like I said, since I'm selling all the scenes and stuff like that, our engagement was actually fake too. I was planning on proposing in St. Thomas, but there was a timeshare or a house my sister rent down. My sister was down there. Dawn was down there. Practically my whole family was down at this beach house, for this, staycation in Myrtle Beach, for them vacation. And I was like, hey, Mandy, can you do me a favor, which is my sister?
No.
And so at the time, I ended up, hey, Tora, sit. So at the time, since they were all down there, I said, Mandy, could you really help me out? And she's like, sure, what do you need? I said, could you buy a lot of candles, and could you put the candles, and I don't know if I still have the picture. If I rebooted my old phone, I might still have the picture. And I said, could you go on the beach at night and put, will you marry me? So in candle lights from the third deck, you could see on the beach where it said, will you marry me? And I brought her upstairs where the whole family was waiting, because I said we were going to play some games and stuff. She went upstairs. My whole family was waiting and blocking the view. The view opened up as they cleared away. She saw it. I got on my knees. I said my speech, and I proposed to her. MTV wanted to see that we were getting married, or, me proposing to her. So they staged this nice restaurant, St. Thomas and stuff like that. So yeah. I think I got mostly what I need to get out there. I'll probably keep in touch a lot more. Like I said, this show's kind of making me frustrated. I think I'm going to start doing blogs and stuff about reality TV to help people out and stuff. You know, where I've proven, you know, where Janelle hasn't been compromising, or, you know, Janelle's been hard to work with. And, you know, even when it's come to timing me, like I've showed messages and even videos of Kaiser and stuff. Like I said, I make sure I have proof or something at least to back it up when I say stuff. I don't like lying. And, you know, I treated Janelle pretty freaking good. And, you know, I don't understand how me and my ex-wife can get along perfectly and co-parent perfectly, you know, with Emery.
Allie's awesome. Allie's so easy to work with. I love her.
She is. Allie is really freaking easy. But, you know, when it comes to Janelle, like I said, I congratulated her about her wedding, you know, twice. She didn't say thank you. I will ask to FaceTime Kaiser. It will be like 3 days of me keep on repeatedly asking, you know, to, you know, FaceTime Kaiser. Or, like, I didn't even get to talk to Kaiser on my birthday, if that tells you anything. It's just, there's just a repeated action of her being defiant or trying to work with me, you know, with this co-parenting. And, you know, to me, you know, usually when people are bitter like that, it's because there's still feelings attached to it. Unless David has that much control over her that, like, he tells her to act a certain way. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, when Janelle's alone by drop-off, you know, we can sit there with my parents and stuff and talk to Janelle for, like, 20 minutes, and everything's all hunky-dory. But, like, when, you know, David's in the picture, she stays in the car. Or when David's around, you know, there's, you know, she's very hostile towards me. I mean, it's just, it's too much of a coincidence how she acts. And I'm not saying David's a bad person. You know, I'm not saying Janelle's a bad person. It might be, you know, a mixture of both of them. You know, but at the same time, you know, I think co-parenting would be a lot easier if David was out of the picture. But now they're married, you know, I just want the best for my child. You know, I want my child to be loved. I want him to be in a safe environment with no drugs, you know, and there's just a lot of concerns I have. You know, they come from a father or a mother that really have pushed, you know, them to be good, or they come out of these projects or these, you know, low-income families or, you know, these poor environments that they want to get out. They want to prove something. Same thing with me. You know, I didn't have the greatest upcoming. I wanted to be somebody. So, you know, I got good by working hard at a lot of these, you know, sports or, you know, a lot of these events or a lot of these competitions. You know, you don't just wake up one day and say, hey, I'm going to do it. No, you got to work for it. So, you know, like me being a good bowler or me playing, you know, professional football. It wasn't just like wake up and say, oh, I'm a great football player. No, I've been playing football since I was in the second grade. You know, I played tennis. You know, it was a crossover sport because I used to be good at basketball, but I got, you know, a half-ride scholarship to play tennis, and I was one game away from making it a state. But it's because I worked at it. I went to camps. I went to, you know, tennis lessons when I wasn't practicing. You know, I like most of my life growing up wasn't about partying or, you know, being in the in crowd. It was working at these sports to become better or to be a better man. You know, so it's just, that's one of the things you guys need to realize, that, you know, if you want to do something, you got to work at it. You can't just, you know, expect things to land in your lap. You know, yes, this is one of those situations I do get paid to be on a dramatic, you know, MTV reality trash show, and it did kind of land in my lap because, you know, the girl I was dating. But, you know, everything else that I do have in my life, you know, I worked for it. And not a lot of people understand that. They just see me as this big gym jockey that just cares about himself, doesn't care about his kids, you know, and just, like I said, it's not who I am. I like to have fun. I like to smile. I like positive vibes. I like cheering people up. You know, I like giving people, you know, homeless people money or rides, you know, anything I can do to make somebody's life easier. And if you know, a little bit about myself. But anyways, like I said, I'm talking too much and probably annoying the hell out of you guys, but, you know, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Just remember, reality TV is reality. I love my fans. You know, if you ever see me out in public, you know, I'll be more than welcome to take a